Greetings, gamers, and welcome to Ramble number 12. Now, I haven't done a Ramble in a very long time, and so much has changed, and I think I'm kind of overdue for one, so I guess it's time to do one right now. And I prepared a lot of topics and a lot to talk about, so I'm actually curious how long I'm going to be yapping for. And hopefully, you guys are playing something in RuneScape, having fun, and listening to this on the side, maybe in the car or whatever you're doing. So yeah, today we're going to talk about our RuneScape current goals. We're going to touch on some sailing as well, which is actually releasing in 3 weeks. Also Log Chasers, which is our clan. And I'm going to finish off with an in real life update. So I guess without further ado, we're going to go straight to the OSRS section. I'm just going to be writing down timestamps because it'll help out for later. So in terms of my OSRS, I have been progressing like crazy in the last couple months. And right now I'm actually going for the Zuckhelm, which I guess that's pretty much a spoiler for like 2026 for you guys because my videos are 2 months delayed. And I am currently 4 combat achievements away, and I am 13 Coliseum kill count. So the last 4 CAs are Coliseum related. I'm actually going to go to Coliseum after this Ramble is recorded and try to chip at those last 4. But reinforcements is actually the common achievement I'm the most scared of. The other ones feel relatively simple, so I guess we'll see when we do them. But yeah, I finished the Doom of Macchiato last week. I greenlogged it with the boot glue, and I also completed all the combat achievements, which motivated me to go to Coliseum and finish off those CAs. Because I lost my Zakam about a year and a half ago, if you didn't know. I was kind of burnt from the game when the Coliseum came out from Varlamore Part 1, and I just didn't really feel like doing it that much, so I pulled it off for a very, very long time, which was a mistake. I should have just sent it right off the bat and like gone with the hype, but it is what it is. And while I'm doing Coliseum, I also want to bless the quiver. I still have an Orange Charge quiver for over a year now. I did Coliseum in November of last year to get the 1 kill count for the quiver, just so it would help me out for Chambers of Zarek, so I can use my ZCB and my T-bow without having to bring like a bolt switch, which was pretty annoying to do. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying Coliseum, by the way. It's pretty fun once you get the hang of it. At first, I was getting very frustrated because I would die to like stupid mistakes or like bad RNG spawns. But eventually, you get used to like the AB flicking, and it's actually super satisfying when it clicks. You just feel like a Giga Gamer going through the Coliseum and just smacking every NPC. And the Soul fight is very fun too. So good overall good boss. I just was lazy for too long and finally beating that. And I'm also going for Duke Pet on the side because Coliseum is pretty high APM and very high intensity. So whenever I don't feel like doing Coliseum, I just do Duke. Duke is so chill now with the prep change. You can actually prep 4 boss kills and then kill Duke 4 times in a row, which is like super satisfying. So very big waiters win for me from waiting until Duke was changed. I'm currently, I think, 2200 kill count. I don't think that's a spoiler because I'm still hunting the pet, and I'm about to hit the drop rate, which is pretty cool. And pretty much chilling there. It's a nice vibe. I try to do like maybe 100 kills a day right now, and yeah. So basically, this is what I'm doing until sailing comes out, and I'm gonna touch on sailing later in a different section. But basically, the plan is whenever sailing releases, it's just to rush to 99, and then I can move on to other things. And depending on how sailing is, if it's like meta for certain clues, or if there's like some OP methods there, or some rare collection longs, I might have to go for those. But if the skill sucks, then I might just get 99 and move on. So it really just varies. It depends on sailing. And after sailing, I want to do Konar Slayer, and I want to start pet hunting a little bit too. So I'm missing 2 Dust Mystic pieces, and I'm also missing, I think I'm missing the Hydra Jar, the Grotesque Guardian pet, the Sire pet, the Arma pet, which I can all get passively through Konar, which would be kind of cool to go for. And afterwards, I want to do Nex. Now, this is a spoiler, but I do have 1 piece of Torva. So I'm actually 1 out of 3 for Torva. And I did some Nex with the Master Con achievements. It just kind of feels bad I kind of prefer to get Zuckhelm first, because that Zuckhelm is so overpowered for next. The 15 room kill count to enter next is wild. Like I was doing some trios with Browntree, for example, and he obviously has the Zuckhelm, and he would barely have to do any kill count. He would just be able to permanently next like all day. That's just the power of the Zuckhelm there. So definitely want to get that and go back to next with Browntree. He's actually waiting for me to do next, so he's doing other goals on the side. And probably rush full Torva and potentially take a break depending on how I feel after full Torva. And then I'm debating between two things. Right now, I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards one side, but basically I'm debating between going for, if I open the collection log, for example, going for the boss log section green log, like all these bosses green logging, or going for all pets instead. And I find like all pets is probably a better goal because that technically chips at bosses. But then that also includes pets I don't really want to do, like Penance Queen and like Chin Pet, Agility Pet, which I kind of not really motivated to do. But I guess I should go for all pets, or at least try to push for like a high pet count, and then maybe we can like rotate towards boss log or something else afterwards. And I'm also going for the Moonhelm passively right now. So right now I'm grinding stars, mostly on a mobile at Varlamore. And you get a moon key piece every like 3.4 hours, which is not great. But the fact that I'm doing that for pet, I should expect to get around 130-ish, 150-ish key pieces going for pet rate, which is pretty cool passively. And once I get the mining pet from stars, I'm going to stop doing shooting stars, and I'm gonna AFK Ice Fiends for the teeth pieces, and then open whatever keys I have passively gained from the loops from stars. And if I get the Moonhelm, that'll be great. If I don't, then I guess I'm probably gonna put it off for a long time. Because for me, I find the Moonhelm is more of like an item you should go for when you are like either burnt from the collection log and you have nothing else to do, or you're like end game clog and your only options are Moonhelm or like Elite Clues, and then obviously you don't do Elite Clues all day because that's kind of rough on the mental. So you do Moonhelm, so probably gonna wait for me until I'm further progressing the collection log, potentially like boss green logged even, or like when I'm stuck on clues, and then go for the Moonhelm if I don't have it then. And clues, I also would like to try to green log a clue section next year in 2026. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm leaning towards medium clues or easy clues green log. I've been really enjoying easy clues on mobile. I've been doing them for the past couple months now. And basically I get to solve around 20 easies an hour on mobile, which is very good, actually. And you know, it's like I basically do it on mobile when I'm like watching TV shows with the girlfriend, or if I'm like not able to like at home and I just want to do something, I just do easy clues. And I gear up in a certain way where I have also my items for shooting stars. So I do shooting stars if I need to like Giga AFK. And yeah, shooting stars are really fun on mobile. It's super chill. So that goes through basically all the OSRS goals. I don't want to spoil too much. Like I got a lot of pets in the past couple weeks as well, but those are all going to be shown in the videos eventually. And yeah, I think that's about it for the OSRS goals. So let's go over. I'm gonna just write the timestamp 8:50. Let's go ahead and talk about sailing now. So as you may most likely know, if you don't know, then you should probably read the blog post or something. But sailing is releasing on November 19. Is it 19? Yeah, November 19. So actually less than 3 weeks now. So it's very very soon. And I wouldn't say I'm like necessarily excited for sailing, but I wouldn't say I'm nor like depressed for sailing coming out. I'm kind of just neutral. Like I used to be pro for a new skill, and then I started seeing like the ideas, and I kind of like started to dissuade me from being pro new skill. And it was too late at that point. Like Jagex already put so much time and effort in sailing, so like we were getting a new skill regardless. And I feel like the community is pretty split. I wouldn't say split 50-50. Like definitely a minority of people that are against sailing are extremely vocal about being against sailing, and that definitely has an impact on what like Twitter and Reddit looks like, mostly Twitter, about people voicing their opinions against it. Now, I don't know if it's me having like an algorithm on Twitter that just pushes like negative stuff, or I don't know if maybe it's my friend group that's very against sailing, but overall, it seems like the community is pretty excited, which is a good thing. And the way I see it, like, regardless of if the skill is fun or not, it's basically like a new piece of content, you know? And like, let's just say Voldemort Part 1 comes to the game, Huey and Amok's bosses get released. Those bosses are kind of boring. Like, I'll just admit it straight up. They're not the best bosses that were released to the game, but they were chill. And you greenlock those bosses, and then you never go back, you know? And that's kind of how I see sailing if the skill ends up being bad or unfun. You kind of just get your 99, don't go back, and move on. And like, it's probably gonna take like 200 hours or something to complete it. But the way I see it, it's like a new raid or a new release of a new boss, like Yama. It takes 120 hours to greenlock. You know, you just got to do it, and potentially I'll have new collection logs from it too, which will be pretty cool to do. And yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Now, the other thing too is sailing has like the potential to be like really, really good for the game, and it also at the same time is a double-edged sword because it also has the potential to be really bad for the game. And I mean, I guess we'll see next month or in a few weeks what the actual consensus is. But I think it also sets a precedence where now we have sailing released new skill after like 10 years or whatever OSRS exists. Like, does this mean that we're going to be getting new skills frequently now? Like, when are we going to get a 25th skill now in like 2 years? Like, how does this going to work? Like, look at RS3. They get a new skill every like 1 or 2 years or something. Like, is that going to be the same case for us? Because I don't want to have to deal with a new skill every like 2 years, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Like, I have so much stuff to do in game that like new skills for me, it just halts my progress in that sense as opposed to collection log. But maybe that's just a me problem, anyways. And I find also personally that sailing just has way too much bloat. Like, I understand that, you know, skills have to like kind of be intertwined with each other. And if you look at the current skills that we have in game, like a lot of these skills are intertwined. Like, for example, like Hunter, you catch chins for range. You know, farming, you can farm herbs for herbivore. And you know, fishing kind of funds cooking, which helps with PVM, and mining, smithing, and then you can get darts with fletching, you can get darts for range. You know, they're kind of all intertwined, but I find sailing is just like too much bloat. It's just every single skill is involved in sailing now. We get new ores, new smithing, new fishing, new cooking. I don't think we get new fire making, but I guess we might because we do get new logs, which is going to be planks for constructions, which that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, like planks for sailing makes sense. New fish makes perfect sense, but like it just feels like it's too much. You know, there's even new herbs, new monsters, and all that. But maybe it's just me complaining for no reason. Like, I'm sure the Jagex is gonna put an enormous amount of like thought through all these updates and all these changes, and go through a very treacherous cycle to determine if it's sufficient enough. So I trust the team. I trust Mod Husky being in that sailing team as well. So I guess time will tell what it looks like. But I will be rushing 99 as soon as it's released. I don't play as much as I used to, so I'm definitely not going to be able to compete because I still have a job and still work and have a life and grass to touch. But I'll try to get 99 done probably in like a month. I would say it would be a reasonable timeline to complete 99 sailing. And then we'll go from there. And there's also one more thing that I find kind of interesting with all the new Slayer monsters from sailing. I was talking to some of the guys in the clan, and we were wondering, like, would that mean that like Konar Slayer might get a massive nerf, or maybe a massive buff with this change with sailing? Because will the new monsters be barrageable or Venibo in multi with cannon, or will it be single way combat where it's just like horrible? You know, so yeah, I guess time will tell what it's gonna be, and you know that's basically it for sailing. Like, I've accepted my fate at this point. Like, I really don't care anymore. So we'll see what happens. And I hope, like, even if the skill is really boring, I just hope salvaging, which they said is similar to shooting stars, is actually similar to shooting stars, because that would be great to just get 99 passively from AFKing that on the side. That's probably what I would do if it's really chill. And so yeah, That's sailing. So I guess I kind of yapped for quite a bit there, but it wasn't that bad. I expected to be yapping way more. So I guess now we can move over to Log Chaser's future. Let me just write the timestamp. So the clan has been going really well in the past couple months. It's basically managing itself. That's how I would describe it. The mods are doing god tier work, carrying the rank ups and the applications and helping out. And I think we're in a very good place. I'm still have a desire to organize like big non-sweaty events. I personally am not really a fan of those like giga sweaty events that we did. Like we did a badge comp and I played like an absolute disgusting degenerate and it still was like average for the compared to other players, and I was playing 15 hours a day for the whole weekend. But I just don't have like the like permanent efficiency mindset, I guess you can say. So I kind of struggled with uh, whoop, I dropped all my clues on the floor. I kind of struggled with that event, but I like the more casual and fun type of events. I'm actually thinking of hosting a tiny event, like a next rush event. Basically, what it would be is the first player to get every next unique, except for the shards, would win a prize money, like 50 mil, for example. And the person with the most, or the top 3 people with the most XP, would get like like a Discord badge or a Discord role temporarily, and maybe even an in-game role for like a boss of the week type of thing. And the intention there is actually to try to host like mage only next mini masses, which I think would be kind of cool to do because apparently it's best DPS with Shadow and Ayak spec. You just spec with the Ayak spec, and then your whole team just Shadows next, and it's like super insane DPS. So I'd be kind of curious to try that out with the boys and see if it's actually good DPS or if we're just like hella coping, and what the kills per hour can be. And if we're doing like a 60-man mask, can I be getting like enough kills an hour where I get 1 elite per hour? Because that would be pretty cool to be able to chill in next masses and get an elite clue every hour. But yeah, so that's one event idea. I'd also like to try Battleship, which I hosted before in my old clan way back in the day. It's basically It's basically like the board game Battleship if you ever played, but every tile is like an an item in game that you have to get, and both teams place their boards however they decide to, and then you just kind of play. So there's a lot of strategy involved. It's pretty fun, and I think it would be kind of cool to try that with the clan on a more casual side. I also had an idea for a tic-tac-toe event where you have like a small 9x9 board, and if you get a tile, that tile changes to your team's X or O, and you can regain tiles, and then you try to like snipe a line, and the other team can try to like block it from you as well. So if you're like about to get a tic-tac-toe, your team can try to get the tic-tac-toe, but the other team might try to rag on one of your tic-tac-toe lines so that you don't get the tic-tac-toe. So it could be like a really interesting race where there's a lot of strategy involved, and the team would like all go to next, or all go to barrows, or all go to a certain NPC to be able to stop the other team from winning, or from winning themselves. And the only concern I have with that type of event is, in theory, if your team like spoons hard, you could finish the event in like 1 hour, which I guess that would be kind of funny, but that would be kind of sad as well to end an event like that. But yeah. Also, CC-wise, we have changed how we introduce new members to the clan. We were doing calcs like at the beginning of the year, and I was doing like extrapolation. And based on if we did absolutely nothing, our clan would reach 500 members within the end of this year. But we did not want to have a clan with that many people. I find it's just too bloated, and there's too many people that you don't actually know who they are in the clan, and that kind of is sad. Like, I would like to know basically everyone in the clan, ideally. But even today, like, there's some names that I recognize them, but I don't actually know them. I've never talked to them, and I think it would be cool to know everyone essentially one day. And maybe that's too much to ask for now. I think it's too late for me to know everyone, but limiting the inflow of new members has been really useful for that. And yeah, so what we did essentially is now every month we open the applications and we allow 10 people to apply as a trialist. Now, we did it at the beginning of last month, and literally within 2 hours, it was filled. 10 people applied. Actually, 11 people applied, and we kind of screwed up, and we're like, okay, we're going to let 11 people this time because I didn't want to kick someone out because they did apply on time. And yeah, so we let 11 people in, and they go through a trial system for a month, and if they like it, they can stay. If they don't like it, then they can leave. It's not an issue at all. And for me, I think it's kind of nice because basically it caps the inflow of new members to 10 a month. So we're only getting 10 people a month. So even at that pace, we'd hit 500 members in a year, essentially, because we have 140 slots left. But still, some people naturally leave the clan, and that's to be expected. You know, there's always going to be, I guess you can say, immigration of like, or not immigration, sorry, like an exodus of certain players, like going back to their old clan, or finding a different play style, wanting to PVM more or whatnot, and that's perfectly fine. It happens. We're not trying to like hold people hostage in the clan either, and so yeah, so that change for the inflow really helped a lot, and I think we're planning to keep that permanently now in the CC. So that is pretty cool. And I think that covers everything for the clan. Like, I've been really hands-off the last couple months clan-wise. I haven't really been doing that much. And I know JT also has been taking a step back from the game mostly. I think he's doing some in-real-life stuff and playing other games, and just lost motivation. Probably waiting for sailing as well, which, good for him. Like, there's no point playing the game if you're not having fun. So, yeah. And I think that covers everything for log chasers. I guess we can move on to the next topic. I'm just going to write the timestamp once again. So the next topic I just wanted to quickly touch on, but RuneScape 3 did a poll to remove MTX, or microtransactions. I didn't read fully what exactly it entails, but I was talking to, I think it was Herbal in the CC that was explaining it, and it doesn't actually remove all of microtransactions. It just removes the one that gives you XP advantages. You can still pay for like cosmetics and stuff like that. And overall, I think it's a pretty good change, very warranted. And as of recently, they actually hit the 100k mark already, which didn't take too long. I think they had like 20,000 votes within the first like couple hours, which is kind of wild. Damn, I need to drink water. Oh. But yeah, so that poll passed. So I guess Jagex is going to be removing MTX, which I personally think is good for the future of RS3 long term. Oh, Gilded Plate Body. That's a dupe for him though. He needs the legs. But Domas, you just completely derailed my discussion with myself. Shit. But yeah, okay. So I think it's good for the future of RS3. But I'm curious, like, how does that actually impact OSRS? And I was trying to explain this in the clan, and I kind of got shut down, saying that's not how business works. So maybe I'm just cooked. I don't know, man. But the way I see it, if Jagex removes MTX from RS3, that obviously is going to reduce, the amount of revenue that RS3 makes, because people are going to be spending less money on XP. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it actually is going to bring more people back to the game, and they're going to make even more money, which could be a benefit. But the way that I was trying to explain it was, if Jagex loses money on RS3 because of this update... Oh, sorry, there's someone there. I got scared. Will they try to push to compensate by adding more options in OSRS to increase the revenue in OSRS? Or will they keep OSRS as is and not take any chances? So that's my question there. But I think I'm just like overthinking it way too much. I don't think we're gonna get anything in OSRS being affected by this. But I'm glad that the RS3 team is pushing away from MTX, because I find MTX just overall horrible. I don't like microtransactions whatsoever. So, oh shit, I should not be using this teleport. I forgot. There's a new one for this. My setups are still old for hard clues. But yeah, so that's everything for RS3. I didn't want to talk too much about RS3 because it's not really my style. I don't know much about it either. I'm kind of lost. So I guess now we can move over to, let me just write the timestamp, to a YouTube scene. So YouTube's been going really well, actually. I've been having I guess, weekly episodes. I took a 1 week break though from because of Gridmaster. I just didn't want to upload doing Gridmaster. It's kind of unfortunate, but whenever there's like those new temporary modes, YouTube for OSRS just goes to complete shit, like complete shit. And I think the reason for it is someone, I think it was Telecon, another YouTuber. Maybe I butchered his name, but he explained to me how. What was it? Was it Hananin? I don't. Someone explained to me I'm in a Discord with like other content creators, not the content creator Discord of Jagex, but like a different one because I'm not cool enough to be with Jagex. Side point, whatever. But he was explaining how essentially, there's a new temporary game mode, so people are uploading like crazy episodes about the new game mode, and YouTube algorithm is not able to differentiate the difference between me uploading a RuneScape video of me clogging in a main game and someone uploading a video about a temporary game mode. So it kind of sees both as RuneScape or old school RuneScape. And a lot of people, when those game modes release, they just avoid YouTube because they don't want to watch, Gridmaster episodes, for example. So everyone takes a hit. The people that upload regular videos and the people that upload the temporary game mode videos. The only exceptions is the people that compete, for example, for a very clickbait in quotation thumbnail. So someone like Solo Mission who does a video, I am rank 1 in XXX. Those videos will for sure do well because you can see what the top players are doing in the game mode. People will click. But a video of me clogging, people are going to say, oh, I don't want to watch main game. I'm playing this temporary game mode. And other people might say, oh, it's probably Gridmaster. I'm not clicking on that video. So it just overall affects your YouTube algorithm. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, I probably shouldn't care and upload anyways. But I take it as a way to, like, basically take a step back, take an extra week, and maybe work on other video ideas, or maybe put more time into one episode because I can afford an extra week, So I think it's kind of good. Oh, I have to go here. It's kind of good for me. I think it's nice to skip a week in those cases, and probably for sailing release, I might skip a week as well for that. But yeah, so actually the plan for sailing for YouTube-wise would be to delay my weekly progress video by a week, and instead uploading on the spot my like 1 week progress of sailing, so it'll kind of like break the sequencing, I guess you can say, but I think it would be cool, and people would probably find it more interesting to see day 1 sailing, and yeah, so that's for that. Also, I've noticed like, and maybe it's like a minority of people. It's only like a handful of people complaining, but people are complaining about my YouTube member videos. And I just want to try to give like some context here so some of you understand. Basically, the way YouTube membership works and the intention of it from YouTube is very different to how I use it. I'm probably extremely unique in that sense, where I'm going in the wrong direction. Shit, I'm cooked. Where essentially you're supposed to upload YouTube only content as YouTube only content. So you have to do, like, for example, you do a YouTube member exclusive video where, I don't know, it's me talking about some in real life stuff and only my YouTube members can watch it. That's the normal intention of this. But I use it differently. I use it where I upload a progress video 2 months in advance and all my YouTube members can watch it whenever they want. And then whenever it releases normally, the entire public can watch it. Which is great, because that means if you pay, you can see everything and you can watch me in real time clogging. But if you don't want to pay, that's fine too. You just wait until the weekly video is released and you just watch them in in like droplets every 1 week, which is fine too. And the issue is that I have, like, at one point last month, I had 12 YouTube videos that were scheduled uploaded members only. And so people would open their YouTube page and see a bunch of my videos of YouTube member only, and they couldn't click on it because obviously they didn't pay for it. But in a consequence, that was very beneficial to me because I actually gained a shit ton of YouTube members thanks to it, because it's essentially advertisement. Now, I don't really know how to fix it. Like, I don't necessarily want to spam people with it. Like, I think I'm doing pretty fine now. I'm not really worried. And if it's annoying, like, I wish there was a way to not make you spam it, or you can click a button and you don't get, like, recommended YouTube only content or something. But alas, YouTube doesn't have that option, so it is what it is. And I just want to kind of explain my reasoning behind it. And one thing to note too is I actually get a lot of income from the YouTube only videos. It's basically half of my income of YouTube is the members membership, and I only charge $3 a month for it. It's very reasonable, and actually the baseline is 5, and I purposely lowered it because I felt like $5 was a little too much. And you know, people have been enjoying it, people are liking it, so I think it's good for me. And if it affects you negatively, then it is what it is. I guess I can't really control that, so sorry about that. And yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that quickly, but yeah, YouTube's been fun, so that's that. I guess we can go over to the in real life update. I'm just gonna write down the timestamp as per tradition. Okay. I have a lot to talk about here, by the way, so I might be yapping for quite a bit, but the rest of this ramble is going to be in real life stuff, so if you don't really care about that, that's perfectly fine. But let's start off. So I actually went to Belgium last month with Bort, one of my friends in RuneScape, and we traveled all around Belgium, and we also went to Germany, and honestly, it was so much fun. Like, one of my bucket list items when I was 18 was to do Oktoberfest, and that's what we did. We went to Düsseldorf in Germany, and we went to Oktoberfest, and it was so much fun. The 1 liter beers, we got super drunk. Bort and I ate some pretzels and sausages. I don't remember what the sausages are called. It's like a white sausage with like a specific mustard on it. But the mustard is so good. I brought some back home, and I think we drank 6 beers. Now you might say, 6 beers, that's cute, but you have to remember that these are 1 liter beers, so it's like the equivalent of like 3 small cans of beers. So for 1 mug, so that's like 18 beers essentially. But yeah, we got pretty shit faced, needless to say, and I'm just gonna say that I procced Redemption that night. That's all I gotta say. I procced Redemption. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But yeah, we drank so many beers. Like, I have this app called Untapped, and basically you can rate beers that you tried on the app, and every time I would try a beer, I would put on the app and, you know, give it a score on 5, for example. And on that trip, I think I drank, or I tried, I think it was 88 beers, if I'm not mistaken, and this was a 9-day trip. 88 beers in 9 days, so I mean, I don't know if that's impressive or if that's concerning, but I guess you can do what you want with that information. We also met up with some log chaser chads. We met up with Eric and Barry, which was pretty fun in Ghent, and went out drinking with them. Had some Dutch food in a friteur place, in a frying place. Like, I had bitterballens, which is a classic, and I had frikandel special. That's what it was. Yeah, I blanked out on the name. The frikandel was really good. It's like a sausage that you essentially like fry, cut it in half, put mayo, ketchup, and some raw onions on it. It's so good. And I don't know if it was like the beer that made it so good, like being super drunk, but it was so good, dude. Wow. I drank some water after, absorbed all the alcohol, and I woke up the next day no hungover, ready for more beer. And yeah, so that was really fun. We also went to West Vlitteren, which is a very rare Trappist beer that's made in Belgium. And it's actually made by monks, which is pretty cool. That's what a Trappist beer is. And it's also one of the hardest beers, or like rarest beers, to acquire. Now, my dad tried this beer like years ago, and he paid $60 for 1 bottle in a restaurant in Montreal that served it. And on the menu, it even said like very rare, because it's like not an easy beer to acquire. And so when I went there, I brought back 8 beers, and I gave like 5 to I gave 3 to my dad, and he was like super happy because he hadn't drank that in like ages. And it was really fun. The only sad part is I also bought 2 of the glasses, like the glass, and they both broke or shattered in my luggage on the way back home. So that was very sad and very depressing, but it is what it is, I guess. And I'm probably going to buy more. I found a way to buy them and order them from Belgium. I'm just waiting for them to be in stock, so I'm probably going to purchase more West Vlitteren glasses, because it's a pretty cool glass to have as a collection on my shelf. And yeah, so that was my Belgian trip. It was really fun. Bucket list item, drink West Vlitteren for the first time. We actually got drunk on West Vlitteren on the first night at Bort's place. and like getting drunk on that beer is like it's insane. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like getting like it's like eating a bunch of like really expensive food or like drinking some super fancy whiskey and just getting drunk off it. But it was really fun nonetheless. We had a good time. And yeah, that was Belgium trip. In terms of my career, a lot is moving actually. I'm doing extremely well right now, job wise, and I'm actually pushing and I guess potentially expecting a managerial role soon ish. And when I mean soonish, it's probably like 1 or 2 years away, but like I'm still climbing up there and I'm actually having a lot of fun. The team is expanding, and I'm technically now the senior person in the team, which is kind of weird because I'm not the youngest, but I'm the second youngest in the team. But since a lot of the teams are new members, I'm the one with the most experience in the department, which is kind of satisfying, and at the same time, it's kind of fun because wait, someone's messaging me at questions. Shoot. Okay, Varlamore. Sorry, I gotta focus up to go to this star, but yeah, I'm kind of having fun. Like the team is really fun, good dynamic. We're like goofing around a lot, drinking a lot of coffee, and like talking, and my work is like chill enough where I have to like I can chill and play video games at home, for example. But when I'm at the office, like I'm actually grinding out and trying to like bank time in quotations so I can chill when I'm home. I was also able to negotiate an extra day at home, so now I work from home 3 days a week instead of two, because I'm supposed to go to the office 3 days, but I go to the office 2 days, and that change has been great, honestly, because staying home is just so nice. You avoid traffic, it's just chill. You don't have to pay for gas, and I can also like AFK something on RuneScape on the side, so I can get like shooting star progression or whatever not I want to do. So it's fun, it's nice, and I think there's a lot of good opportunities for me in 2026 career wise. I got like a massive raise at the start of this year, and I'm pushing for another big raise next year as well. I don't not necessarily that I need the money. I just kind of find like it's the right thing to do. Just as I'm young, I want to make as much money as I can, and maybe we can touch on that later. But the plan would be to be in a situation financially where if I'm like 50 and I'm tired, I can stop working if I want to. But if I don't want to, I can still keep working. But I want to have like the option of financial independence and not be forced to work until I'm 70, for example. So that's just how I see it. So that's why I'm being aggressive when I'm young, saving a lot of money, so that in my future I can, relax as an investment to myself, my future self. But yeah, that's career wise. I guess I don't really want to go into too much detail what I do and all that, but I think we'll just leave it as is. Girlfriend wise, it's been doing really well. We had a rough patch at the end of last year, but we're like way past that now. I don't really want to talk about it. I mean, only if like two of my friends in RuneScape know, and I've never even told a single in real life friend. So rather not talk about that. But it was a rough patch, and we're way past it. But now we're in the stage where we're looking to buy a house. So I bought a condo 3.5 years ago, and was renting it and living with my parents. And I recently, like a year and ish ago, moved into the condo because the tenant left. And the plan would be to sell this condo and use the equity to purchase a house with the girlfriend. Having a house has been like always another bucket list item for me. Just like having a place that is your own is just so nice. And the condo, it is my own, but it's not the same. Like they have rules with the condo association that I'm in. Like I'm not allowed to smoke on my balcony. But I like smoking shisha. I'm a shisha guy. I have cigars as well. I have like $10,000 worth of cigars in my place, which is kind of weird, champ. All Cuban. But I like smoking them once in a while, like every couple months. And not being allowed to do it on my own balcony of a condo that I own is kind of annoying, kind of sad. So that's why I kind of want a house, because I can do whatever I want, right? I can, if I want to smoke inside, outside, no one cares. I'm also not allowed to have a dog in my condo, which is unfortunate. And but whatever, that's fine. We're gonna get a house eventually together. I think that's a project for next year, though. This year we're kind of just going through the paperwork to see if we actually get approved first. And I guess the issue is that my girlfriend doesn't have enough money for a down payment, so I would need to essentially solo carry the down payment. Now that's fine for me because I can write at the notary that the down payment money is mine in case something happens. So it's not like I'm gonna get screwed. But it still hurts because I'm basically putting. I mean, maybe it's selfish to think of it this way, and I'm trying not to think of it that way. But it's basically like I'm putting my down payment, which is the money that is gonna like basically purchase the house, and that money is not gonna grow because it's static. And the girlfriend essentially gets to own a house, pay rent or pay the mortgage with me, and build equity, and whatever valuation of the house that goes up, gain that as well. So she basically gets a house with zero down payment, and I fork up the down payment. But I'm okay with that. I don't really care. Like the condo made money enough that it funds it. So for me, it's fine. And if that's what it takes to live together and build a life together in a family, then it is what it is. And potentially, later on, kids and so on. I definitely want to have kids later on, but maybe I'm going too much personal here. Maybe I should stop, okay? But I like talking about this because there's one thing to note, okay? Like I listened to my first Ramble from like 2020 or something, and that was before I graduated from university, before my first job. I lived with my parents, just playing video games 16 hours a day because it was COVID. And hearing my mentality back then was just so interesting. And I was watching them like all the other ones because I would record one every like 6 to 9 months. And then seeing like, oh, I just graduated university, I'm starting to look for a job. And just hearing myself talk and like elaborate is just so interesting. And that's why I kind of want to open up more in these rambles because I feel like in 5 years, my future self is probably sitting on a sofa doing shooting stars on mobile, listening to this, And I mean, hopefully I'm not doing shooting stars because that means I didn't get the mining pet by then. But that's besides the point. But the way I see it is that in 5 years I can rewatch this and just get nostalgic and remember the memories from back here or back then. Also, I got like really addicted to personal finance in the last like 1 year. Honestly, if you are not financially literate, if you don't understand some of the different ways you can manage your money in order to save on taxes, like I'm thinking about RSP 401k or TFSA for Canadians or Roth IRAs. Like if you don't understand those, you don't know what they are. Like research it, study it, and understand it. Like it's actually extremely crucial for your future. And like if you want to play and grind like 100 hours of Coliseum for like a collection log, but you're not willing to learn some basic like essential knowledge for the rest of your life, like do both, just watch videos on financial literacy on the side and clog on the Iron Man or whatever you're doing, like do it passively, learn stuff, get better at it, improve, and be smart with your money, be smart with your future, think long term. And yeah, I guess that's one good way to finish off the ramble. How long have we been yapping? 43 minutes. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Damn. I actually feel like my throat is like what the hell's happening? I need water. Like I don't usually talk this long. But yeah, I guess that covers all my topics. That is perfect. So I guess to conclude, let him clog emoji, and I hope you guys have a good week, and looking forward to seeing everyone on your ships on Wednesday, November 19, to sail and gain experience. Hopefully the worlds and the servers don't go to complete shit on Wednesday. But yeah, peace out, guys. Take care.